Hello, YouTube viewers. What I have here, one of these universal, um, what we call universal turn signal lights they use for motorcycles. This is a 7 by 8 22 millimeter um, turn signal switch headlight, whatever you call it. Looking through the internet, trying to figure out the diagram on this one here. To just give you an illustration, the diagram picture in there, but nobody even tried, or I've seen somebody try to do it, but I can't really. Some people put music on it, they don't give you an explanation on how they wire them up. So, what is this? Add this on to the internet so people, if you encounter something like this, you'll be able to figure out what to do with it. What I have is a labeler, so I can put some labels on this, all these wirings here. It comes out like this. I end up cutting this thing here because I don't have a terminal to connect this one into. So that's what I did. I cut them off, put labels on the wiring, but initially I had to figure out which wires goes to where. And it comes with a diagram, a picture of color. I mean, what color goes to what light. But for you to figure out how to connect them to your lighting system, that's another thing to figure out. So I had figured out what to do with it. The two easy ones here, the horn obviously, and the overtaking light. Those are easy to connect because it just give you two wires, brown, red, white, and then dark blue and also a red, white. So you can tell the red, whites are all the terminal, positive terminal. And this one comes with a not like my other wirings that didn't have come with this, but this one actually comes with a positive and negative terminal you connect to the motorcycle, so it's easy to figure out. I had one before, kind of looked like this. This one didn't come in with a kind of wire, so you just have to splice to figure out which is negative, which is positive. So I got rid of that. It's an old one, so I bought a new one here, totally different. And here's what I did with the wiring. I have a small little battery here to test out, see if the circuit's working, see if the wire's working. I'm going to try out what they call it, an overtaking light. So I need a dark blue wire and a red and white. And that's what I did. So I had the dark blue, which is this color here. I put it onto my light, test light, as a positive. And the black one on the test light goes to the black terminal, which is connected to the black terminal here to the battery, and the red one, the orange red one, to the positive. So I'm gonna hook up this battery right now to test it out. Okay, that's what I did. I hooked up the battery. Okay, and it tells you the red and white. See the overtaking light, the red and white. Okay, so I put wire in there. Okay, to connect to the red and orange wire, which is red and orange, is connected to the red and orange of the positive here. So when you connect those two together, when you turn the switch on, it will give power to the red and white to the overtaking light, and then the other blue line will trigger, will connect a flow, and that will power up the light. Let's see how it works. I'll turn the power on, and look at the light goes on. Okay, on. Yeah, press on, it goes on. Okay, so that's how it is. The simple two connectors, horn and overtaking light. Those are easy. Turn signal, high beam. They have three different wires, low beam and high beam. A little trickier, but high beam I found it easier. You just label your high beam light. Overtaking light is actually almost the same as high beam, and a low beam, which is easier to figure out. The turn signal is a little tricky, because it's a different wiring system on it. So I did need to disconnect this battery, negative terminal, so we can test it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this red terminal to the lighting test light that I have here, and connect to a blinker. I bought this blinker. You can buy it from any electronics store. These are about, I'm not sure how much I bought it for. I think about $20 or less than that. So I'm going to connect it to the other terminal. Okay, you have an alligator clip which is connected to the thing, and now it says here for the turn signal, green, white, orange, and green and black. So I'm gonna look for those wirings in there. Okay, that's what I got. Now the thing is, the black now, you're not using this black anymore. It has to be a loop. Okay, so you remove the black alligator into the negative and put it with the, here's the tricky part, I put it with the black green. The black green, which is one of my signals, either it's right turn or it's left turn. So I put it in there, and it says the orange, you need a power. So the orange here, which is this wire, or main power, I'm gonna connect it to the blinkers. Okay, so I have the orange, which is the power anyway, coming from the battery. Okay, and goes to the blinker and goes to the light. And then the black one, instead of putting it on the black ground wire, negative wire, I put it on the black and green, right, which is the opposite. So we're gonna try this out. Okay, see if it works. I'm gonna put the battery in. Let's see if the signal turns. Okay, I'm gonna turn into left turn signal. Oh, there you go, it works. Left turn signal. Obviously I didn't put in the right turn signal, and you cancel it, you hit it, canceled, and then turn right. It didn't work because it says you also need a green white. So the green white most likely will be your right turn signal. So I'm gonna move that over. Instead of the green black, I'm gonna move it over here to the green white. Okay, just make sure those wires are not touching each other. Okay, and let's see if it works. I'm gonna turn right. There you go. Right turn signal works. Okay, I'm gonna cancel it. There you go. Simple connection, but you just have to try to figure out how this thing works. So I'm gonna disconnect this. So the horn is pretty much easy. Brown and red, white. So you just go find a brown wire. I got the brown wire here. On the brown wire, I label it with horn. Okay. All right. So the brown goes to your negative terminal. Okay. Sorry, black. The negative terminal now goes back to your black. Okay, goes back to your black. And now I'm going to disconnect the blinkers. Okay, now this one here, you connect it to your brown terminal horn. Okay, so that's how you do it. Well, I'm using a light instead of a horn. And then this one here, I label it overtaking and horn because they have almost the common red and white, which I'm gonna use it for my positive terminal. Okay, so I need another light here. I'm going to take it out from one of those blinkers. So instead of putting it on a blinker, now I need a red and white, which I labeled horn and overtaking. That will give the switch. When I switch it on, the power from the positive will go to the red and white, right? The positive is coming from here, orange and red. Orange and red is our positive anyway, right? And then it will power on the horn and overtaking once you connect them together. Let's see if that's how it works. Okay, so I'm gonna take. Okay, all right. I'm gonna connect this negative terminal now to the battery. Let's see if our horn works. Yeah, it works. I press the horn button. And it works. Same thing with the overtaking. I'll do the same thing. So hope this video helps out the guys trying to figure out this universal turn signal lights for motorcycle. You can use it for an e-bike or whatever You have a 22mm 7x8 handlebar, so you can upgrade or change the defective one you got, because the lighting connectors on a motorcycle actually is different than an 8-pin. I don't think they come in automatic. Oh, sorry, it's not 8-pin, 9-pin connector, just like this. So hopefully you enjoy this video and give me a thumbs up if you like it. Cheers.